Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the left side as the magenta allies, we have ASME Piping. Spawn on the north side as the blue allies, we have H2O Grandson. Spawn as the red allies, we have... Wait, that was red. As the blue allies, Oh, Grandson and Grandpa. Jeez. As spawn as the yellow empire, we have 2131. Over here as the Orange Empire, we have Smileyyy, and as over here as Science Soviets, we have Redalertvndotcom. Got these forces pushing way forward. We got these doggies making their way out to sea. Do have the engineer advancing forward, maybe trying to bite these No, not trying to bite. I'm getting everything mixed up. I'm out of it. Dojo Core is advancing forward, trying to crush the engineer. Does deploy out the Dojo Core right there. Over here, we do have Dojo Core. Does crush the Dogi. Notice these dogs are trying to intercept that Dojo Core there. Does crush the engineer as well, so Blue does lose an engineer. And it looks like now going to try to stop these dogs who came to that point. Going to try to use honorable discharge there. Does get out Imperial Warrior there, try to gun down. Does take out the Javelin troop there, allowing his Dojo Core to go around freely. Dog does not intercept the engineer and does get the mutual kill there as well. Good bark there, but the dog is stunned for a moment. Doesn't get crushed there with the Dojo Core there, and does not get the honorable discharge either. Oh, we do got these dogs being cleaned on up. Peacekeeper goes on down, and there goes another engineer for blue. More Imperial Warriors advancing forward for blue, or for orange, and more of these Peacekeepers are going down for blue. Got 3 Imperial Warriors versus now 2 Peacekeepers and 1 Javelin troop. Over here we've got a blue bear, a cyan bear. And that Peacekeeper gets thrown out. Blue has so far lost quite a bit of force right there. And now I got spam calls coming on in. Great. It looks like Orange Engineer does not get the capture there. MCV is packed on up, and now Orange's Imperial Warriors charging forward, trying to get some more damage on in. You have this instant dojo here. That's where the engineer originated from. Over here, you got the Sickles advancing forward, jumps over his opponent's MCV to escape. Very nice. And also going ahead and run away. Over here, you got Red going for airfield. You have a dojo here, and Red does have a naval yard. Do you have a Riptide down south for purple, trying to catch up his teammates Hydrofoil and Assault Destroyer. Assault Destroyer is going to try to crush that ore collector. Over here, do have a Defender Core here, trying to gun down the Sadistic Dolphin. The Sadistic Dolphin does take out the Prospector here, or the ore collector. And look, these Sickles are receiving quite a bit of fire. I think he was force firing the ground right there. Another Dojo Core does go down. Red's Peacekeepers claim the kill. Up north, we do have, looks like a Tesla Core being put out by Cyan, using his teammates' Dojo Core's build radius. But does go down there no problem before being fully built. Looks like he does lose this ore collector there. This ore collector is still up and going. He cannot crush the Assault Destroyer there with his MCV, and now got laser locks here as well. You can't deploy out any more wall segments there because the MCV is dancing around his own Imperial Warrior. His teammate throws down a wall segment, however, and the ore collector does go ahead and gun down the Javelin troop there. Does receive some fire there, and the Mecha Bay gets crushed. Ooh. Not every day you see an Assault Destroyer crushes a Mecha Bay, but you do see him crush wall segments there. Ore collector now being pursued and does go down as well. Yellow's received quite a bit of abuse so far. Does have the ore refinery here. Red does also could take it out as well for his Peacekeepers. Fresh Dojo Core. It does get a snare and siphon. He needs to start building something from this ore refinery. He does have this expansion out here, so he does have some income. And Orange is going to try to go for some crushes and try to hit that Prospector, but Lord's going to be unsuccessful. Eventually could see an honorable discharge as well. Does get one of the peacekeepers there, so does take it out. And the Soldier Shore does manage to escape out to sea. The Terror Drone does get cleaned up by something. These whole segments being cleaned on up. Warfighter receiving a bit of fire right there. And it looks like the red Assault Destroyer is going to be back in the mix as well. The Defender Corps has its gun mode and does find an angle there onto the Assault Destroyer. The Assault Destroyer does go around the back side of it. He could actually get an honorable discharge off, but does go down to something. I didn't see the gun going over there, but it may have been. War Collector is playing Ring Around the Rosies. We do have the Tsunami Tanks advancing forward, trying to overrun these forces. Does take out some of these Riptides now. And our Prospect is going to get focused down quite easily. He goes to go for a cryo shot there. Does avoid it over here. Looks like some Blues Conscript and Bear does get cleaned up. I've got a Tsunami Tanks, some of them activated Nano Collectors. Other ones do have more defense drones there. This one, Nano Collector's charging on forward. We'll spot the MCV to make his way forward. Tank Buster's in the mix as well. It does take up the War Factory now. MCV is trying to pursue up north. Maybe I'll get these Tsunami Tanks, but once they get out to sea, they shouldn't be crushed. Tank Busters advancing forward. 3, 4 Tank Busters down the mix. Tsunami Tanks advancing forward, getting some great hits there on Blue's MCV. And Blue's MCV does go down. Got a handful of Javelin troops here. Nano Collector has been activated. Charges for getting a full crush right there. Do have now the Assault Destroyer now getting siphoned, snared, and shot up quite a bit. Now we do got the Assault Destroyer gun onto the Hammer Tank, which may be allowed to take out submerged submarines. I have no idea if it does or doesn't. Takes out some of these wounded Tsunami Tanks right there. The Ore Refinery has queued up 10 Prospectors. I think Blue is actually out of all infrastructure. Yep, he is. What you see left is what Blue has, what he has left. He needs just perhaps to back out the game, gives teammates all the income he has remaining. He has still this Ore Refinery here. And yeah, those prospects go down. If he doesn't surrender, this oil there will be destroyed as well. Best just surrender and give your teammates your income. He needs to focus on the command hub. He probably doesn't realize how little his opponent has left. The Prospector is actually still alive, but won't accomplish all too much. There's somebody back out of the game. Got some frozen units here. And down south, we do have a power plant from Blue. Okay. So apparently he still has that going. Up here, we do have a single Blue Apollo. Does take out Chopper VXs, can micro that one Chopper Apollo to its extreme. Does take out a number of those Chopper VXs as well. Orange's Jet Tangos in pursuit. Magenda's advancing forward. We've got a lot of anti-aircraft forces, so these Jet Tangos are being picked off. It looks like these Riptides are being all packed on up. That's a lot of force inside of them. Probably even 20 units inside of those Riptides. Down south, Yellow's getting battered and bruised. I'm not sure what Yellow has remaining. We do see Ore Collectors and Yellow's MCV is in the middle of the map. Okay, so he does have production and he does have some income. If his teammate has a Crusher Crane, crushing those Prospectors wouldn't be half bad. Or just claim this Ore Refinery. Blue has nothing remaining. How much income money does Blue have? He goes back to the game, get that money he has to his teammates.
You called for the Mirage?
That's purple.
Dap, right here.
Wait, does Blue have something?
Dap, right here.
Oh, it looks like blue does have production somewhere. Maybe something? I don't know.
You called for the Mirage?
Let's see, Grandpa. Who's blue? Grandson. There we go. Yep. Oh, yep, he is out of the game. And he switches back out of the game, gives his teammates those 3,500 credits. Science now advancing forward with MCV, trying to get some crushes off. There's a good number of Magenta Force here, as well as a good number of Hammer Tanks. Let's find one of these Riptides there. Science going to try to crush Magenta's Force right there. There's a good number of Javelin troops now standing and firing. This one may get a good hit there. It does only get 2 of them. These Javelin troops are getting some constant damage right there. So these Javelin troops are doing some great work as he's unable to crush them successfully. Orange will be going to clean them up. Does get some good crushes there. Magenta's Riptide is making its way up north. We've got these red Mirage tanks advancing up north. Does get some infects there. That is a large number of Mirage tanks there. Science does sell off his infrastructure there. We've got a good number of flak troops here, but Mirage tanks are very good for infantry, as well as generally everything on the ground. Good damage there, but the Tsunami tanks are overrunning these Mirage tanks. Hammer tank does not get a free prism cannon there. Going for the Athena cannon. And he does get himself a free Athena cannon right there. Athena here is also quite wounded. The other hammer tanks he's going. No, that's the Athena cannon one. I thought he was going to try to siphon off another Athena cannon for himself. Does get a kill there. Hammer tanks are advancing forward. They could potentially get themselves a free Athena. Looks like aircraft carrier is deployed out by red, currently elite. We throw out some EMP missiles in this region. It looks like blue's Cyan's hammer tank is going to get hit quite severely. Yellow still has 1 refinery. Needs to crush some of those prospectors. Orange receiving quite a bit of fire from Magenta's force here. Does have good, nice wall segments that'll hold off his opponent. Now we've got Cryo Blast being put out by left team. And it looks like blue's forces get quickly all cleaned up. We do have a Terror Drone inside that Riptide there, which could munch on some more Javelin troops. It does get the kill there, gets a Javelin troop there, as well as 1 more Peacekeeper. Bonsai charge coming forward, trying to deal with these Javelin troops there. Does get a number of Javelin troops there. Just the tank cluster remaining for Orange's force. Or maybe that was Yellow. Yellow's pulling out some more of these Imperial Warriors, just going straight for Dojo Core items, since he's lacking any sort of extra economy. Magenta and red does have a large force here, but we do have yellow pulling out some balloon bombs. These balloon bombs will keep his opponent back for the time being. And does force these Riptides forward. Balloon bombs do get land. And these Riptides are getting great work versus Yellow's infantry. We do have a good number of tank busters here. We also got a Tesla trooper as well as a flak trooper there. Finds a good hit there onto the Mirage tank there. Now the Mirage tank should be able to clean up the rest of this stuff, but this will quickly kill off by the tank busters. Good hits there. Tank busters all being cleaned on up. Good hits. Do have some sniper tanks on the flank trying to overrun these forces. A good number of Athena cannons here, but there's a lot of infantry in their way. We have a number of chopper VXs for anti-aircraft purposes, but red and magenta both have a lot of infantry here. We do have the now Fletcher charge coming forward, getting some great crushes onto magenta and red, as well as a bit of honorable discharge as well. Orange's infantry force trying to advance forward. We will have a good number of peacekeepers for defense as well as pure warriors for offense. War collectors make its advance as well. They do have decent gun versus infantry, and the rest of these Tsunami tanks do get cleaned on up. Yellow's infantry does get cleaned up as well. Yellow has sold off his MCV as well, I believe. He didn't ban the rated, he straight up sold off his MCV. That probably wouldn't have been an idea. He could have migrated back down south. Science advancing forward with some Akula subs, engage the seas. Yellow has a ore refinery over here? I'm not sure how. Super reactor does go down. and Cyan's primary base is going to be gutted very, very shortly. Cyan does have a Crusher Crane, MCV, and Naval Yard in this region. Orange is maintaining good, more and more production here. Red and Orange also sharing a base here somehow. And more of these ore refineries are going on down. Let's take out the ore refinery. Orange advancing forward with a lot of infantry. Magenta does have some assault destroyers in this region, but there's a good number of tank busters to take on these assault destroyers. Red's force could get flanked by the orange infantry. Yellow has a bit of ground forces out as well. And yeah, Yellow just only has the ore refinery for production. He can go out for mass ore collector if he so chooses. Yellow's charging forward with his infantry, trying to cut down through those javelin troops. Let's get 3 of them. Orange advancing forward with his infantry as well. Got Emperor's Rage deployed on now. Needs to get these guys pushing way forward. Looks like they're going to be falling back. Now here comes a Vindicator. Two javelin troops do go on down. Good kills there. Now we do also have Tanya out on the field. Tanya is a relatively rare thing to see. She should be very effective versus these orange infantry units. Red's force is getting flanked by these forces now. Tsunami tanks charging on forward. We got the rest of the forces A moving forward. We got more Tsunami tanks here. Cryo Blast been put out. He has not responded to Cryo Blast. These group is going to have a shooting gallery in front of them. More of these Tsunami tanks are going down. That it was not paying attention to that Cryo Blast. That's a lot of veteran units, but there goes all the Athena cannons there. Good amount of veterancy onto these Tsunami tanks. 2 elite, 1 heroic, another elite one over here. And Red's force does get cleaned on up, but he did punch well above his weight there. Riptide's now engaging the Prospector. And so are the Tank Busters. Magenta's facing forward with his various forces. We've got a lot of Peacekeepers and Assault Destroyers in this mix. His teammates, Tanya, wouldn't be half bad at this moment. Cryo again now being pointed out. That's going to be very, very good. Unable to escape the region. Now we've got some cryocopters here. Tanya's advancing forward. There's no anti-aircraft forces here, so the Assault Destroyers, they're doing a bit of relay. They do now have some polos here. And it looks like all the cryo chopper VXs will go down. Tanya's getting some good kills there. You know, a lot of infantry. Tanya's received quite a bit of fire. Does use a time belt there. Gets a full heal from it. Try to go for a time bomb on one of those guys, but it was unsuccessful. We've got now a good number of Tsunami tanks advancing forward, as well as a pair of multi-gun turrets for defense. As well as a good number of javelin troops. A really good number of javelin troops. Sign does expand out over here, but does find a whole bunch of Red Navy. Does take out one of those Tsunami tanks there, very nice. And another Tsunami tank does go down. Water just went pretty far out onto land. Riptide does go down, giving him a fully heroic ore collector, so now he can repair himself. Yellow's ore collector is pushing way forward as we got the Summer Assaulting Underground Tank Buster now receiving a bomb on top of his head. And Vindicators are not good versus ore collectors. It takes 5 Vindicators to take out an ore collector, assuming they have the 3 bomb upgrade. We do now have a Chronosphere deployed by Red, and now some Bloom Bombs as well as more Tank Buster Surprise. Cryo getting deployed out there. We'll be able to get the reinforcing infantry, but all these Tsunami tanks are charging forward. Does use Emperor's Rage there. This will perhaps save his force there. Bloom Bombs getting some good damage. That is a satellite from his teammate. Ugh, that was a bit bad, but does splash down a lot of his teammates' Tsunami tanks there. But now got the tank busters, but tank busters getting annihilated by that multi-guard turret there. But sadly, a lot of those rounds they also go on the tsunami tanks. Bark does get a great bark there, going for some bomb runs there, taking out the dogs one at a time, does crush them. But these Vindicators getting some great bomb splits there. However, there's still a large number of tank busters remaining. More Guardian tanks now got a Mirage tank to help clean up this force if the Mirage tank will stop moving. We'll find the Striker VX as well. It does transform, but we'll go down to one of the Javelin troops, and the almost took out the Mirage tank there, the Carcass. Riptide's advancing forward. We got some laser locks onto the ore refineries. Does gun down those Javelin troops there, saves his ore refinery there. But now the Guardian takes charge on forward, gets a good honorable discharge there. And we do have Tank Buster in the mix as well. And Tank Buster's not getting focused down. Okay, they are just going for a crush. Doesn't get the jump in the hole either. Also, this goes to go down to a flanking Javelin troop there. Bonsai charge gets the kill there, and that Imperial Warrior can heal up to max health now. Magetta's advancing forward with some of his Riptides up north, hitting the various expansion points. Very good. Notice like Yellow has fully backed out of the game, giving his infrastructure to Orange. What little he had. Sinus does manage to rebuild as well, getting multiple with his original base up and going. And Tanya does get a couple kills there. This is a fresh Tanya. As you can see, she's unvetted. And now Blue's pushing forward with some cool subs and a Dreadnought. There is a good number of Assault Destroyers, however. Here comes a Dreadnought coming for a barrage. Getting some good hits there on that Assault Destroyer. Assault Destroyers and aircraft carriers advancing forward. The aircraft carrier may want to eye an EMP missile. It looks like it's going back on off. Assault Destroyers, of course, can receive fire underwater from the Assault Destroyers. And those Dreadnought missiles are going straight into that Assault Destroyer. There's some bomb runs over here. Another ore refinery being pulled on out. We have 5 cool subs versus 5 Assault Dreadnoughts. Not Dreadnoughts, cool subs. We could see some Ultra Torpedoes that can quickly take out multiple of these guys. And here comes some massive hits there. The Horricle did receive some splash damage there, even from the Dreadnought. That one does manage to get some hits there. His teammate has cast an Emperor's Rage. So he's not going to utilize his teammate's Emperor's Rage. How did Orange get an ore refinery over there? Got a massive get here. Looks like Cryo again has been put out by Team Southside. There's a second one. Balloon bombs coming for a suppressive barrage. A lot of frozen units here. May save some of these frozen units. I sound like there's a cash bounty somewhere. The barracks and instant dojo is still damaged. So, and we got a mass nano deflectors charging forward. The honorable discharge is going to get a lot of splash damage there. There's some good kills there. A lot of cash bounty hits as well. You have a good number of Athena cannons in this region as well. Red and Magenta has a pretty sizable force here. Blue's backing. Oh, there's a bunch of Apocalypse tanks. Does going to shrink down some of these Apocalypse tanks and does get some good bombing runs onto these V4s. A lot of overkill there, but that's probably fine because you want those things dead. Let's take out another V4 there. Ox tanks are now being shrunken, being forced on back. And I believe that may be a Desolator airstrike. And he's standing right on top of it. And very good Desolator airstrike there, getting a lot of infantry units. Let's take out some of these units as well. And he could actually harpoon some of these Athena cannons. He needs to run on the harpoon. There we go. Our harpoon's been activated. Maybe just out of range. We got satellites on running on. Orange charging forward with some infantry units. And now we've got some Guardian tanks charging for crushes. Snow Tank getting some great concussions as well, and as well as good honorable discharge. Infantry units are getting now barked and roared, being stunned by those dogs. Orange Force does get cleaned up. Apocalypse tanks are advancing forward. Magenta is low in power. We've got a... Oh!
Armageddon will wait.
There goes the Apocalypse tanks to Chronospheres. We saw the Chronosphere deployed out earlier, and now there's a Proton Collide as well. Does take out that boot camp there. Assault destroyers and aircraft carriers advancing forward. These cool subs, two of them are fully heroic. Science students starting to lose a lot of infrastructure here. He does have the Crusher Crane and Battle Lab in this region. And a Super Reactor. Hopefully he has some Ultra Torpedoes he fired. You know, great way to get some instant damage on a lot of stuff. Takes out another Assault Destroyer right there. Assault Destroyers will go down. Of course, the refinery goes down south. The Crusher Crane is still up and running. There's probably an MCV somewhere. MCV's right there. Holy crap, that is a Cryogeddon. Balloon bombs are raining on him. Maybe it will take out that armor facility. Another Cryogeddon there. They really want that stuff frozen. Barrage tank's going to be ripping apart all this force. Something finally got unfrozen. Barrage tanks can't shatter frozen units, remember? And I'm not sure why he went for a tank buster ambush there. That was a horrible idea. And now this very veteran force of Mirage tanks are falling on back. Cool subs advancing forward, 5 of them, 2 of them fully heroic. Ultra torpedoes. Direct hit there on the Prism Tower. Prism Towers can hit naval units. Ultra torpedoes there as well. Takes out the Prism Tower very quickly. He could go focus on the aircraft carrier. Got some Chopper Striker VXs, both of them fully heroic. Sitting next to the... somehow staying alive now. Here, final squadron remaining on in. He may be trying to hit that armor facility. Armor facility, it does actually get sold off there, and that was where he was going. Athena Canis do receive some misses there. And now he's charging forward with his tsunami tanks. We do got the Emperor's Rage as well, but the Mirage tanks do ambush these forces. Got the cannons going on up, so keeping these veteran Mirage tanks up and going. And the Athena Canis will stay alive. Another shield going on up. Very, very good use of those shields. One of the Athena Canis do go down, but now got Heroic, Elite, and Veteran one. Mirage tanks advancing forward, gets good hits there, and does take out the force. 2 Heroic Prism tanks there with 1 Elite one. Mirage tanks advancing forward, or not, Dolphins advancing forward. That's clearly not a Mirage tank. And it looks like there's a Tanya out on the field. Tanya has been put out on the field. Chronosphere is not available, and there goes the Apocalypse tanks. In 3, 2, 1, dead. Does get 3 out of the 5 there. The rest are charging forward. Does manage, his teammate does recover the other Athena cannon. And there goes the Apocalypse tanks to the Mirage tanks there. Oh! Messed with the Chrono Rift there. Gets 1 kill there as well. We do hear the Apocalypse tank pushing forward. Natasha bringing an orbital airstrike there. Does get a somersault onto one of the Peacekeepers, and now Natasha is frozen. And we've got the harpoon from the Apocalypse tank onto the MCV, stunning and locking it down. It doesn't even get a point defense drone on the shrunken Apocalypse tanks. Natasha does get frozen and shattered, and now the Apocalypse tank does go down to the aircraft carrier. Up north, we do have, looks like the Dolphins advancing forward, trying to find some naval infrastructure. We'll find some naval infrastructure. Magenta's old base will be gutted. Magenta doesn't have a whole lot over here. This is Magenta's refinery there. No refinery here. I'm not sure what Magenta lost, how it lost so much. And, well, I think Team Right side actually won the game. Team Left side, I think, backed off the game. Not like sure, it's a little bit of an abrupt ending. By the way, this is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.